It's the final performance of Gloucester Primary School's end-of-year play, an opportunity for the South London school to showcase the talents and abilities of the pupils in front of parents and governors. It represents just over 3 weeks' commitment and dedication by teachers and support staff.
She said she's not coming to do it, so...
But before even commencing rehearsals, there are many factors to consider in terms of selecting the play, pupils and staff that hopefully will ensure it will be all right on the night.
It's a very unusual school for a junior school because we're fourth form entry. At the moment there's over 700 children from the age of 3 to 11. We place a high priority on music and participation in music. It's actually part of our school improvement plan that if we can get children to excel in music, then it will hopefully transmit into other subject areas. One of the benefits of being a large school is that we are able to employ a full-time music teacher, which in turn leads to the quality of music being very high, and children gain lots of opportunities. And every year they had a tradition of putting on high-quality Christmas productions.
We've always put on productions, especially at Christmas time. We've changed the format over the years. Sometimes we've done large productions which go across the whole school. Other times we've done things which have been based within individual classes, or we've done things within year groups where the 4 classes in a year group combine together. This year we're putting on a production of Goldilocks and the Three Bears. It's the Roald Dahl version, so it has a nice twist at the end where Goldilocks gets her comeuppance. It's one of the newest ones that's been written by Stephen Chadwick and Helen McGregor. We've chosen this because I'd actually done some of the previous Dahl interpretations before. I personally really enjoy the Revolting Rhymes book and love the stories in it and the way he's interpreted them. It appeals to my sense of humour.
This famous wicked little tale should never have been put on sale. It is a mystery to me why loving parents cannot see that this is actually a book about a brazen little crook.
The spoken text is taken straight from Revolting Rhymes, but the music and the lyrics for the songs follow the same style that he's using, lots of good rhyme. They seem to be quite easy to pick up. Some of the younger children may find some of this a little bit difficult, but there are always good choruses, so it should be totally inclusive. We should find that there's something that everyone can enjoy in it.
You're getting it all wrong now, anyway.
It comes with the actual score, also a backing track for performance, and it comes with a recording with people singing, so you don't have to be a music teacher at all to do this production. When we come to do our performance, we won't be playing the piano. We will, in fact, use the recordings because they're fantastic. Got a full range of instruments, nice colour, some incidental music that's lovely for dance work. And there are issues about performing right, and most publications will say on them what you need to do, how much you have to pay according to the size of the audience, how public it is, so always best to check. It'll be performed by year 2 upwards, and we may add some of the nursery and reception children in dressing up parts involving movement. We've got a 3rd year class coming in today. They'll be looking at the first song called Goldilocks. The story we're doing is Goldilocks and the Three Bears. During their music sessions I've been bringing the children in to the story and into the music. Revolting Rhymes. Do you? You know it. That's fantastic. You've read all of them. They may well know it, but they're 3rd years, so they may not have read it yet. Some of it's quite difficult to read sometimes. It is a mystery to me why loving parents cannot see that this is actually a book about a brazen little crook. And then we're going to listen to the first song. It's a song called In the Dock. And we're going to try and learn it as a group. And then I hope I'll be able to hear some individuals singing. There are 9 songs in this show, and one of the things I want to do is choose some children to be in the show.
So, who thinks they'd like to be in a show? Quite a few. Usually of you. The children are quite keen to show off what they can do if they want to be in the show. So we're going to learn the first song. Goldilocks. Goldilocks. I'll put the lyrics on the overhead projector and they can read from that, so they're not having to learn all the words straight off. And I'm not expecting them to get all the dialogue right, obviously. Well then, who fancies having a go at singing it? And I've used the first song almost like a kind of audition piece. Do you want to go first? Because I could hear you, because you've got a big, loud voice, haven't you? I think it's nice doing it with their own class group because they feel secure. They're not doing something in front of a load of children they don't know initially. And it gives me and the class teachers an opportunity to see where their strengths lie. Fantastic. Even louder if you can.
He wants some justice done. The ushers are ushering.
One of the things I try and do, actually, when we're building the cast up, is to be aware of more than one child who could take a part. It's prudent if you've got a key character to maybe just check that they're not going to go on holiday just at the key time. I can hear your beautiful speaking voices as well. Right, well, should we start here with Jojo again? Now, would you like to read that, Jojo? Right.
Now just imagine how you'd feel. Now just imagine how you 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 will feel.
Brilliant.
If you have cooked a lovely meal. If you have cooked a lovely meal. Delicious porridge steaming hot. Delicious porridge steaming hot. Delicious porridge steaming hot. Fresh coffee in a coffee pot. Fresh coffee in a coffee pot. Fresh coffee in the coffee pot.
Oh, that's lovely. You've got a nice loud voice. What's your name? We don't intend to use microphones with the children if we can possibly help it. By singing the song together. However, of course, we need sound equipment to reproduce the music. And one of the things I always like to do when we're doing these sort of things is actually have some of the children involved in the process. So there will be some children who will be responsible for stopping and starting the CD. They're following the scripts. It's a kind of trainee sound technicians almost. It's making them think about different aspects of putting on a production. Objection! Overruled! So once I've actually allocated parts, we then need to think about a schedule. There's always going to be a clash with something in a school, certainly in a school this size. But we will aim to have a schedule which will predominantly work around afternoon sessions or late morning sessions. Perhaps 2-3 rehearsals a week until we build up to the week before the performance where it will be quite intense and we'll be expecting to see the children most days. Well done. It's obviously a production of this size. There comes a point where you need help. You need collaboration with your colleagues, support staff, all the various people in the school, and who of course all have different skills which help to support a good production.
I'm very much interested in the arts in general, and Jane sort of picked up on that and said, well, do you want to get involved? We've had discussions already about do we actually take this in a sort of traditional manner of Goldilocks, because obviously it's not a traditional manner, it's going against what Goldilocks is all about in terms of Roald Dahl's version of it. And just like the idea of possibly Goldilocks not really being this pretty little girl in her dress, because that's as Roald Dahl portrays it, and being more of a realistic girl on the street with a bit of street cred about her.
And I decided that I'd get involved basically because I've heard about it, and I've got a lot of speciality with stage practitioner in terms of direction, choreography and music. Dance and music go together like wife and husband, and you can't separate the two of them. So I reckon as much singing as there is, there'll be dance. I'll go away and I'll have a look at the story and see where I see possible dances happening in it.
Never mind. Look at that. There you go.
Over the years, we've made lots of costumes. We wouldn't necessarily make a particular costume just for that. We would look at what we'd already made and we had in storage and adapt it to it. Oops. Have a quick rummage. We tend to bounce off each other, where we'll be working. Sylvie's very capable with scenery and arty things, and I'm not bad hand at sewing machines and needles. Bit posh for Goldilocks to run through the woods in. We'll start to do something, and one or the other of us will say, well, why don't you do this with that?
Put a bit of spray on that. That'd be fine. Sure.
That'd be Goldilocks.
There's no way we can make suits. I mean, we're not tailors, are we?
Oh, absolutely. Actually, the child plays a part as well. They've got their own personality, and you look at them and you think, no, that wouldn't look good on them, and you change it.
What happens? You start with you think, oh, that's a basic, that we'll do that. And then you look at it and you think, oh no, then we'll add that, then we'll add that.
I made a camel. We had the children in this camel. We always change our mind and get carried away. There's no camel. She could come into court in our camel.
It could happen. Anything can happen, can't it?
Costumes make all the difference to the play if the children can actually dress to that character and show off a bit. Lawrence of Peckham.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could have been Lawrence.
Sand, but there you go.
Yeah.
In terms of thinking about the set, it's predominantly set in a courtroom. There isn't a huge amount of set moving in this. There's only really 2 venues, and I think the way it's been conceived, it works actually without really moving anything. Everything happens in one place. This is our new hall. It's been refurbished. It was quite a bit smaller than this. We've got some modular stage system, so we're going to be looking at ways of using this to create some of our set. We intend to perform at that end, the main reason being that there are doors on either side, which gives us natural wings for coming in and out, and it also means that there are doors at the back of the hall which are easier for access for audience. The other things we want to think about is the acoustics. This is quite a bare space at the moment, as you can hear. There's a lot of echo. Obviously with children in here there's going to be a lot of noise.
And so the stage is set, or soon will be. And over the next 3 weeks, Gloucester Primary School's band of players will undergo a rigorous regime of costume fitting, learning lines and rehearsals. And hopefully, come what may, the show will go on.
We need to think of an idea.
That's Sylvie. She makes good wicked judges.
Good wicked judges.
There's a lot of potential here at school. There is a lot of talented children who sing, dance and play instruments, so in that aspect it shouldn't be too hard.
Sometimes the children will take your ideas a step further and you'll suddenly have something you didn't quite initially mean.
We've always had dress rehearsal, haven't we?
Yeah.
And then that's when you find when the trousers fall down as the child walks across the stage, or we had the cowl fell apart one year, didn't we?
It's very early days, and until we start full rehearsals, we're not really going to know.
It's going to be rehearsal, 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 rehearsal.